Morning, everybody. Saturday morning check-in. I want to talk about something a little bit different this morning. I was talking about what's going on here at CGen and Seed Homes and so on and so forth. But there's an ever-growing concern about all of our mental health. Through COVID, there were so many that struggled, businesses that went under and everything else. And I just want to take a moment and talk about how every one of us, can do our fair share to help those around us. And I just call it, checking in on each other. I remember when I was, 12 years old, and you didn't even think twice about running across the road to your buddy's house, banging on the door, and asking if they can come out and play. We should be still doing those same sort of things with our friends, with our family, and even with strangers. And I'll give you two examples. So, guy that I've known for many, many years, and he'd kind of fallen off my radar over the last few years. And I reached out to him a little while ago, just checking in. Hadn't talked to him for a while, and I said, we haven't talked in a while. He was like, I ended up kind of cracking and had to be hospitalized for a little while. I'm feeling better now, but I went, I didn't check in on my friend. I didn't go bang on the door and ask him to come out and play and check and see to make sure he was okay. So we got to do those things. I'm going to give you another example. This is just a great story. Back maybe 10 years ago when I was working mostly in the Marcellus Utica, and I'm driving back from Canonsburg back up to Sharon, Pennsylvania. That's where our head office was at the time. And I've got Lindsay in the car. She worked with me. She was my director of business development for out there. And we decided that we're going to take a different route back to Sharon. And you got GPS and everything now. You're never going to get lost. So anyway, we start firing north on I-79, and it tells us to turn off, and we start to go through, some beautiful scenery and lots of forest. And if you've ever been through that area, it's just gorgeous. And we come to this little town. I don't even know where it is. And it's hot. It's summertime. It is probably 95 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And it's cooking. And we're sitting in a nice Tahoe, bottles of water in the car. Air conditioning is going full blast. And we're just talking away. We start to come to this hill. We start to climb this steep hill out of the town. And as we start to climb, I see this old guy walking up the hill. A pair of flip-flops on. He's just a pair of shorts, a muscle shirt, kind of hunched over, long gray hair, bald on top, and a bag. Looks like he's carrying his groceries going up this hill. So I look at him, I'm like, wow, that guy is struggling. So we get to the top of the hill, and I say to Lindsay, you know what, I'm going to turn around and go back down. I'm going to stop and check on this guy and make sure that he's okay. Give him a bottle of water. So we come down the hill. He is now just sitting on the grass on the side of the hill. He's done. So I get out of the car, walk over to him, bottle of water. I'm like, hey, buddy, how you doing? Are you okay? And he goes, it's just so hot outside. I'm like, here's a bottle of water. I go, where are you going? And he goes, I've got to go to Sharon, Pennsylvania. As I said, we're going to Sharon, Pennsylvania. So there's sometimes, I don't know what we all believe, but there's sometimes a hand behind us that's kind of guiding us a little bit. So we're going to Sharon, Pennsylvania. Sharon, Pennsylvania, at this point, is still like 90 miles away. There's no way this guy's going to make it. So I think about it for a second. I don't know who he is or anything like that. But in the moments, I just make a decision, and I ask him to jump in the car with us. So I get him over to the car. I get him in. Lindsay's kind of wide-eyed as this kind of rough guy gets into the car. And I said, this gentleman, I don't even remember his name now, he's going to Sharon, Pennsylvania. We're going to take him there. So we get to the bottom of the hill. We turn around. He's drinking his water. We're all kind of chatting and getting to know each other a little bit. And I say, why do you have to go to Sharon, Pennsylvania? And he goes, I got to go see my brother. I haven't seen him in a long time. I got to go see my brother. I'm like, oh, okay. So I said, well, where are you coming from? Like, you're walking. He goes, oh, I just got let out of prison. Lindsay is just like in shock, eyes wide open. She's immediately checking where's her wallet and everything else. And I'm like, it's in your lap. It's all good. And so we all kind of calmed down, and he tells his story, and he got himself into a little bit of trouble. Nothing major or anything like that. But we take this guy all the way to Sharon, Pennsylvania. Lindsay and I empty our pockets of whatever cash we have, because nowadays nobody carries cash. And we drive him right to the house. We make sure his brother answers the door. They hug each other, and in he goes. Never see the guy again. But I'm telling you, that moment, that decision that we made to go and pick him up, I think probably saved his life. So check on each other. Make sure that we're all doing okay. And again, whether it's your family, your friends, we all make decisions all day long about business and so on and so forth. Make decisions that also affect those around you, those that you love, those that you don't even know. And just make sure that those decisions are the ones that they will remember. We can all make those that nobody would say we're right and wrong, but what is the best for those around us? If we do that, and if we become servant leaders and basically just servants to humanity and our brothers and our sisters, whether we know them or not, those are the things that are going to make a difference. Steve Morgan, Saturday Morning Check-In. Live with love, guys. Be safe. We've been getting some amazing, amazing weather lately. Enjoy it. Find a patio somewhere. Have a glass of wine with the people that you love or like. And just have a great weekend. Cheers. Bye-bye.